Bucephalus submitted only to Alexander, a man who possessed courage, wisdom, and a vision for the world. Welcome to the world of Bucephalus and enjoy your moments. To begin with, it is essential to understand who Olympias was, the mother of Alexander the Great. Olympias was the fourth wife of the great king, Philip II of Macedon, the father of Alexander III of Macedon. Her birth name was originally Polyxena, then Myrtale, later Olympia, and finally Stratonice. However, she is remembered in history as the vengeful wife of Philip II of Macedon and the ambitious mother of Alexander the Great. The most accessible information about the life of Alexander's mother is based on gossip and anecdotes. We do not know for certain what she looked like, nor has the alleged extensive correspondence between her and her son been preserved, which might have shed light on her character. Instead, she is now regarded as an impulsive woman who eliminated anyone who stood in her way. Olympias was the daughter of Neoptolemus I of Epirus, king of the Molossians, one of the Epirote tribes, and the sister of Alexander I of Epirus. Her family belonged to the Aeacidae, a highly respected lineage at the time, believed to be descended from Neoptolemus, the son of Achilles. At birth, she was named Polyxena, as noted by Plutarch in his work Moralia, and later changed her name to Myrtale before marrying Philip II of Macedon. The name Olympias was either her third or fourth known name, most likely adopted in honor of Philip's victory at the Olympic Games in 356 BCE, the same year their son Alexander was born. Her final name, Stratonike, was likely an epithet attributed to Olympias in recognition of her victory over Eurydice. A woman many considered strange. Her real name was Polyxena. But when her uncle, the king of Epirus, decided to strengthen the alliance with Macedonia by marrying her to Philip II of Macedon, she changed her name to Myrtale. The nature of their early relationship is not entirely clear. Plutarch notes that they fell in love quickly after meeting. However, it is clear that they grew apart over time, and one of the main reasons cited is the queen's strange habit of sleeping with snakes. This was reportedly due to Philip's many love affairs and Olympia's resentment. After her husband's horse won at the Olympic Games, she adopted a new name, Olympia. Their marriage was plagued by scandals, but since none of Philip's other wives, except her and Philaena of Thessaly, managed to produce a male heir, the legitimate ruler after Philip's death would have to be one of their sons. Although similar in age, Aridaeus lost his right to the throne due to an alleged mental disability. There were even accusations that Olympia herself was responsible for this, having supposedly poisoned the boy. The peak of accusations against her came after Philip's marriage to Cleopatra Eurydice. Cleopatra Eurydice of Macedonia was a Macedonian noblewoman and the last wife of King Philip II of Macedonia. Born around the mid-4th century BCE, she was the niece of Attalus, a prominent general and ally of Philip. Her marriage to Philip in 338 BCE was politically significant, aimed at consolidating internal alliances within the Macedonian aristocracy. However, the union created tensions within the royal court, particularly with Olympias, Philip's former wife and the mother of Alexander the Great. Cleopatra Eurydice's position as queen became a focal point of court intrigue and power struggles. After Philip's assassination in 336 BCE, her fate became tied to the instability of the succession. Alexander's rise to power marked a dangerous turning point for Cleopatra, as her marriage was perceived as a threat to his ascension. It is believed that Olympias orchestrated Cleopatra's death in order to eliminate her as a rival, thereby securing the dominance of her own bloodline. Although Cleopatra Eurydice's life was brief, her story reflects the complex dynamics of power, loyalty, and rivalry in ancient Macedonia during a transformative period in its history. A mother and grandmother defending her dynasty's interests. Her relationship with Alexander was not without difficulties, but since they depended on each other at court, they were united by a sense of alliance and shared struggle. Olympia took an active role in his education, and Plutarch adds that she had great influence over his relationship with his father. She often encouraged him to intervene in his father's plans if she believed they were unfavorable for the two of them. So it's not surprising that after Philip's marriage to Cleopatra, Alexander quarreled with his father. An enraged Olympia began urging her brother, the king of Epirus, to stand by her, and in the meantime, Philip realized this could threaten his plans and decided to reconcile with her. Although the full background of the events at the wedding in Aegae in 336 BC is unknown today, Philip was assassinated by his bodyguard Pausanias in front of many guests. Olympia immediately ordered the killing of Cleopatra Eurydice and her children, accusing them of involvement in Philip's murder and acting in defense of her son Alexander. In the years that followed, her son expressed affection for her on many occasions. He sent her gifts. They corresponded frequently during his military campaigns, and toward the end of her life, he even declared her a deity. In addition to the religious roles she assumed in the king's absence, there is evidence that she also carried out certain political duties. On at least 2 other occasions, she acted as a state representative. After the death of Alexander the Great, she continued to protect the interests of her grandson, Alexander IV. One of the contenders for the throne, Cassander, broke his promise to Macedonia after surrendering in battle and took her life. Conclusion. How Olympias, mother of Alexander the Great, is remembered worldwide. The mother of Alexander the Great, Olympias, is a fascinating historical figure, though often underrepresented outside the context of her famous son. Below are key aspects that contribute to a more complete and nuanced understanding of her legacy. 1. Religious mysticism and Orphism. Olympias was deeply associated with religious cults, particularly Orphism and the cult of Dionysus, which were popular among aristocratic women of the time. She was rumored to have participated in mystical rituals involving snakes, reinforcing her reputation as an unpredictable and dangerous woman. These beliefs contributed to her mythologization and to rumors that Alexander was a divine child. 2. Political capacity and influence. Following the death of Philip II and Alexander's rise to power, Olympias did not fade into the background. On the contrary, she played an active political role, especially after Alexander's death. She supported her grandson Alexander IV as the legitimate heir. She assumed control of Macedonia for a brief period, during which she ordered the execution of political rivals. She acted as a true regent and queen mother. 3. Tarnished reputation and tragic end. Despite being respected and feared, her political influence made her a target. When Cassander took control of Macedonia, Olympias was besieged, captured, and sentenced to death. Executed, likely by stoning. Reportedly, Cassander did not want to personally order the execution of Alexander's mother. Over the centuries, her image has been polarized, either demonized as a ruthless woman or celebrated as a powerful mother who fiercely protected her lineage. Today, many women identify with the beauty and grace of Olympias, the mother of Alexander the Great, with her commanding presence, her mystique, her power, her wisdom, and her courage to take bold decisions, while helping rule the greatest empire the world has ever known. Though these events took place centuries ago, we must acknowledge that even then, women held significant and influential roles, not only in leadership, but also as mothers fiercely defending their children. I hope you now have a clearer understanding of a woman who became the first lady of the greatest kingdom and the mother of the greatest king, Alexander the Great. A noble woman, a mother, a symbol of female power. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share.